I have it right this time. I appreciate one of my I appreciate one of my channel listeners. They told me that I was in the wrong mode. We have now changed YouTube so they don't take the hit for any lawsuits. I looked at some of that information. They don't want to get hit again. It's a lot of mud in my yard right now. Lots of mud. The sun's coming up. The sun's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. You told me that. I went in there. It took me a little while because, I'm a lot older than a lot of you young people out there. Y'all young. But I had to go in and and what I did is I just changed that setting so anything I put up will automatically say not for kids. But it was a few steps you got to go through to get there. Advanced settings and boop, go in there and change it. Oh, let's say good to see you back. Yes, yes, it's good to see you back as well, young lady. Um, right. And yeah, and so a couple of steps and I was there. But I'm excited. Oh, and someone else left something there on the channel before I closed out. I think I haven't eaten nothing since yesterday. I hate to eat, before I work out. I hate to do that. I hate to do that. It just makes me lazy. I just want to work out first and then eat, and then but eat in moderation. And that's something that I'm going to have to get used to eating in moderation because sometimes I see a pot of chicken and dumplings, homemade. I'm not talking about the stuff that they sell in the can, homemade. And you eat that, and you good. You're good, but on a cool or a cold day. But I feel good. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. I'm back online the correct way. So all those weeks I wasn't getting hits of people leaving comments is because I had it turned off some kind of way. Interesting. I can't go outside. I don't like that, folks. I can't go outside. Oh, another thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, I can't go outside because the yard, when I say the yard is wet, it's just mud. And I refuse to bring all that mud in the house. No ads either. Oh, right, right, right. The ads, yeah, yeah, revenue. And I'm gonna tell you, and oh, okay, my ads are back on. My ads are back on. Could you ask for thank God for another mild Maryland winter? Wait a minute, hold up there. I'm gonna call you on that. You think it's gonna be mild all the way through? Because someone told me, I don't know how true it is. This gonna be one hell of a winter come uh, once again. Good morning, everyone. Everyone. one thing I noticed about some of the most popular channels when it comes to gardening is that it's either a person that really kind of steps off the conversation. They talk about their home life and their back hurting and things that happen in their house, things that happen in their marriage, and they go through and then they say, "Oh yeah, by the way, I grew corn last year." Let me tell you something, folks. I went out into my oh, that feels good. Just put my feet up. It just feels so good. Um, I haven't done this in so long, and I wanted to go fishing today, but it's just way too cold to go. Standing out there, you might get one, maybe two fish. This spot that I go to, it just turns you off. It just turns you off, because you go there and you don't catch much. And if I'm gonna drive almost 4 or 5 miles, maybe longer than that, yeah, I think it's longer than that. I would much rather take my scooter and my scooter, get on up there and it might cost me 25 cents to get there, maybe less than that. But with the what we call it, with the car, you drive it all the way up there, you spending money, and you come back with two fish. Well, you're not going to come back with two fish because you don't want to just take two fish. So you got two dead fish that you usually toss back into the water to add to the food chain, and you're saying to yourself, "This is not good." So I came up with a solution, which is I gotta find that's got to be my secondary spot when I don't feel like driving very far. But my actual spot, I gotta pick someplace where you can actually go and get fish, where the fish are biting. But wherever that is, let me tell you what happens today. People used to fish for a hobby. They did, for the most part. And there's over 300,000 fishermen in the United States. Over that, well over that. And so now people are fishing for food. Just like gardening used to be a hobby. It used to be said, oh, a person say, I like to grow apples. Why do you like to grow apples? I like to enter them in contests, and I like to grow the most apples or the biggest apple, or just to do something for fun. Or every once in a while, I want an apple. People are gardening. A lot of them are gardening now for food because one or two things is going on. The food supply is not safe, or they can't afford certain foods. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I had my asparagus going, I was eating asparagus, and I don't know what made all of them die, but they did. They actually died. They came back. I'm like, I think I was eating too many of them. They were still young, and I was still eating them. And when you deplenish their I mean their food supply, the storage, you actually wipe them out yourself. Um, so they didn't come back one year. They just didn't come back. I looked at them and I said, wait a minute, how could every last one of them be gone? And but first, anyway, I don't think they're gonna miss a year and then come back the following year because they just didn't come back up. And I said, yeah, they're gone. And I think this is like maybe the first or second year that they're still gone. But at any rate, um, asparagus that I was growing, they were really good and they're expensive in the store. Plus, when you get them in the store, they're not quite fresh. The store I go to, and I was getting them in the store that was really, 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 really fresh, which was straight from the garden, and it was just incredible asparagus. Another one of the favorites. I'm not crazy about tomatoes, but I grow them every year. Um, and cucumbers, I'm not crazy about, but I grow them every year because I know people that like them. So et cetera, et cetera. Now I put these fruit trees in, and I got one area where an overhang tree is blocking out my apple trees and also my peach trees. So that's going to be cut back this year. It's just two branches hanging over causing the problem. Now, where am I at? I'm doing my garden thing the right way. It's just that I can't get out into my yard right now because it's full of mud everywhere. Yep, full of mud. Mud is everywhere. Oh man, I'm just thinking about it. Oh, collard greens are planted out there. They're not gonna make it through the winter. I don't think they're gonna make it through the winter. Collard greens are just there because I wanted something to do and I wanted to see how long they would live um, without you know too much care. But they're doing quite well. You could actually go out there and it's small, but you could actually eat some. You could eat them like they're microgreens. Oh, hello, hello. How you doing? Oh, see, we got the bull there. The bull, gotta tell you, I looked at your video. One day I'm gonna look at one of your videos, and he gonna say, the morning gardener showed me this. You know, he sound like he's from Chicago. I like the accent. He says, the morning gardener. Um, but what happened was, I went on there and I saw a lot of your videos uh, on the new property where you are, and you were talking about moving trees. Now, I will not mention ever again about cut the tree off at 18 inches. I won't do that, but I will say that I've been doing that for the last uh, uh, 10 years, and it just makes everything branch out nicely where when you get to it. But if you want to grow it up high, then to each his own. Each his own. Let's see. We got another gentleman here with a donkey with him, Mr. Price. How you doing? I went and tried to look up some of your channel, and there is no channel. So I was like, wow, he's I figured this is a farmer here, but it happens. It happens. Please remember to hit the like button for the host. Oh, thank you very much. Reminding people to look out for me so that so I get my hits, and then that way they look and say he's legitimate. He's a definitely legitimate gardener. Uh, there was a video I was watching. It was very interesting. Korean, I think it was Korean. Yeah, Korean gardening. And what he did was he did something different than what I do, and this might interest you as well. Food forest permaculture. He had all these weeds in his yard, like I have in my yard. He had all these weeds, and he had a sharp hoe. He had a sharp hoe, and he chopped them all down. And chopped them down from everywhere, and he raked them up. And he had this ditch that he dug. And when he dug the ditch, he just piled the weeds in there and stepped on them, and just covered them up with dirt. Uh, and I looked at that, and, and I said, he's putting them in the ground as though you would do a hoodoo culture, I believe. And that's what he did. But what I do with my weeds is just different. Is that I just lay everything on top. My soil got to the point where I just lay stuff on top and it goes in the soil. I'm not going to dig a ditch when I don't have to. But I looked at him and I saw what he was doing. And here's another thing he did. Um, he built a wide, like a not a hole, but it's like a bowl in the ground. and he sprinkled all these melon seeds on the ground, and he covered them with something like 1/4 of an inch of soil. He covered them very shallow, and I looked at that and I said, I know why he did that. I know it because I do that. It takes less energy to move, the soil, and that's why he didn't cover them over real deep. Like sometimes the packages will say, cover up to 1 inch, cover up to a little deeper than whatever the seed size is. It illustrates, gives you some information on how you're supposed to bury that seed. Uh, don't always listen to that. I just don't. I say no. What I'm going to do is soak these seeds in warm water for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, depending on the seed itself. And then I'm going to plant the seeds out, but I'm going to plant them kind of shallow, maybe about that much. I'm going to plant them kind of shallow. And the bowl shape that he dug was so that when it rained, it can rain and stay in that area where the bowl is, even if you're using a hose. And I thought that was interesting. But he had these big, huge, beautiful tomatoes that he grew. And then he showed another video where he was growing potatoes. And all he did with the potatoes was cover them over with straw. He did not dig or anything. He didn't do any of that digging stuff. He didn't do it. He just laid them on the ground and covered them with straw. And he said, cover with an ample amount of straw. And what it did was the straw would rot, and it would supply food for the biology of the soil. So the soil becoming rich with the biology that's in that location. Plus, it would keep them moist. Plus, it would keep them warm instead of getting hot in the summer. And they continuously grow because they're not overheating. They're just staying at a lower temperature underneath the straw. And so the plants broke through, and I thought that was really interesting. But when he showed the number of potatoes that he grew, I said, this is worth trying. Because he definitely used just a straw, not hay, but straw. Hey, Mr. Bull, let's see, hell, 12 tributes. 12 tributes. That's a good morning, everyone's. Supreme Family Gardener. Now, and he's in the room. Now, listen at that. He's in the room, and he be planting a lot of stuff there. Let's see. Happy holidays to all. I'm going to say the same thing. Happy holidays to all, in case I forgot to say that, which I believe I have. It's a kind of sad time of year for me. Most of the time when Christmas comes around, I just go, be glad when it's over. That's me. Been that way for years. Let's see what we got here. Happy. Backyard gardener. Now look at all these people crowded in this room. Now I hope I have enough room for all y'all in here. Good morning, Supreme Family Gardener that's coming from Food Forest Permaculture. Yes. And everybody said hello, Supreme Family Gardener. This person is a legend up in here. Let's see. Hey, FFP, I know that stands for Hey Food Forest Permaculture. We got these people coming up in there. Green Organic Love. The lady with the voice when you hear on the thing, she be saying, and when you plant your potatoes, and you be like, it's okay, I'm gonna listen to her because she sounds good. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Hey, Green Organic Love. Okay, that's what you see. Just hollering back at her. That's what he's doing. Yep. Everybody saying hello. I'm gonna give them a couple hours to say that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, there we go. She is golden voice. Yeah, I'll go along with that because she got that voice. And they got that brown eyes. Yeah, but don't look directly into the brown eyes because if you do, you're gonna be all up all night just watching the brown eyes. Okay, all right. Okay, let me stop right now because I'm just kind of getting off subject here. But for the most part, just grow as much as you possibly can. God darn it. But now they sell in store at the store. What is this, like $10 a bundle? Does anyone think that it's worth $10 a bundle after you pay for it and with the taxes all about $11, a little under $11? Morning Gardner, you are too much laughing out loud. Thank you very much. I'm trying to have some fun because I got off work. I'm off the whole day. I could take myself out to dinner, but I don't know if I want to do that because it's food, right? It's food safety thing. That's what my thing is. Please remember to hit the like button for the host. Oh, thank you, thank you. She hit that again, and then people are putting up those thumbs up. They're putting the thumbs up, and sometimes I like when people like I'll put a video up. They'll leave comments because comments you can learn from comments. When people say, like somebody sent me something, they said, I did a video and they noted I'll be making my world famous tea. So what I use to make my tea is these are strainers for 5 gallon buckets for paint. They're about $2.49 for a set of two. What I do with these, I fill them up halfway with one with compost and one with cow manure. Now, and I drop those down into my 32-gallon trash can and fill it up with water. Let it sit for about, if I don't need it right away, I can let it sit for 3 weeks. If I need it, if I want to just use it and say what the heck, I do it for a week and a half. Let me tell you what it does. It's black gold. It's pure black gold. And people say, why don't you just add the? I've had my neighbors ask me, why don't you just take a couple of shovels of the manure and put it in, take a couple of shovels of the compost and put it in there. And they say, you don't need to put bags on it. That's just money. I said, let me explain something to you. I have a water can, and if you put anything in there to clog it up, pieces of leaves or anything like that, you're going to have issues with it. I don't want the issues. I want to be able to scoop some of it out, put it in the what you call it, the water can, and be able to water all throughout my garden. Let me tell you what it does to a plant. I want to just tell you what it does to a plant. When you put this stuff on a plant, when you're planting, it's a good idea to give it a nice little food boost because what it does, it makes your plant stand up. And when the plants stand up, it's got food, it's got nourishment right there for it. You got to understand it does a great job for your plants. Every once in a while, every 2 weeks, you give your plants a feeding. Because sometimes you don't get the big fat pieces of corn because two things. One, you're not watering it right, and the second thing, you're not feeding it right. And if you're not feeding the plant right, the plant's not going to act like it should. And then you could take a plant, you could not feed it correctly, and you could stunt that plant and not even know it. It'll be sitting there green, and you'll wonder why that pepper or that okra or that potato plant just stopped growing. It's just green, and it's not doing anything. So you stunted it. And then in comes the bugs later to eat the leaves. And people say, well, I don't like the bugs. I'm going to go get me some spray. If you take care of the plant, it'll take care of itself. Plants do have a defense mechanism when it comes to bugs. But when plants are getting eaten up, a lot of times it's because the plant's growing too fast. If you're using like Miracle Grow and it's growing too fast and, outside of its realm, so it's still soft tissue, so they will eat that. Bugs will eat it. Another one is that the plant is sending out a distress signal that it's in trouble, that it's dying or it's sick or it's hurt. And so when it does that, then here come the bugs. Mother Nature's cleanup crew. And they're designed to get rid of all that that's weak. So if your plant's not fed and they get weak, yeah, bugs are going to come in and eat. Do you use worm cast? Let me explain something again, folks. I love this question here. Worm castings, dog poo, human poo, goat poo, pig poo, horse poo, cow poo, poo period. All of it can be used. Worms are better suited for your plant. The manure has just a perfect food for a plant. That's the difference with worm casting. It's the perfect food for a plant. My garden is filled with worms. I don't worry about adding worm casting tea. Why? Because they're everywhere in my garden. Because when fall hits, I say I don't do what some people do. I love all the gardeners out there. But I'm gonna tell you what I do. It's a little different. I do it a little different. I go out when I don't even feel like doing it. In the beginning of fall, I cut down all my weeds and leave them on the surface of the garden. All this is, listen, folks, listen. We had rain last night. It must have rained for like 4, maybe 5 hours. All of these microorganisms are eating up all of this matter that's laying on top of my soil. They're living, mating, living, dying, reborn. I mean, born. All of these animals are doing their thing right there, and their matter is made up of lots of different chemicals, but it's nitrogen and all the other good nutrients that the soil needs. When this happens, your soil is being replenished from fall, winter, and back around the way nature does it naturally. Nature does that naturally. When you see all the leaves falling from the trees and they cover the ground in the forest, and there's tons of these leaves everywhere, and the kids are walking around kicking the leaves, and you're kicking the leaves when you were younger, and uh, you're bagging it up, and everyone's having a good time. Mother Nature's feeding the soil. It is cycling itself back down through the ground, and the biology is what causing the soil to be better soil for plants, for trees. Trees nothing but a big damn plant. So you are charging the soil back up. I beg some of my friends, save those leaves. And they go, no, I'm not saving leaves. I think the old guy's crazy. I think the old guy's lost a couple of marbles. I'm not collecting leaves. I refuse to do it. And that's what they do. And nothing I can do to help them when they do that. So that being said, they can go out and buy the fertilizer and put it in the ground, and you know, to each his own. But I like to go out there and because where my situation set up, those weeds is I look at them differently. Those weeds are fertilizer. To me, they're fertilizer. But if you got a neat, pretty yard, I love my leaves. Now here's another man. I've known him for years. What is it? The bull, Gardner, the bull Gardner. Let me tell you something. I saw him out there playing in leaves one day on one of his videos, and he and I talked at length about gardening one evening, and went over some things and everything. And one thing I tried to impress upon all gardeners is that those leaves are free food. They people just don't understand. The limbs from the trees, those little trees around the yard that big, that we call them some people call them God, I can't think of the word. I want to say like not like Sooners, but wimps or whatever. And you cut them all up. You cut them all up, and you use those. You put them around the base of your trees. You can put them around it decoratively if you want to, and you put them around the base of the tree. You leave them there. They will rot over a year or two. They'll take them to rot. And when it rains, the moisture stays under the base of the tree. When the tree's hungry, that is creating a tea that falls through the root base, the root zone, and it takes care of your tree. You should not be struggling with trees. You should not be standing out there watering a tree down in the hot sun thinking, oh, I got to do this. You don't. Just do it smarter. Those branches, when you got the junk trees in your yard you're trying to get rid of, cut them up, use them. They're nothing but food. That's all they are is food. Let's see. I use leaves in my garden and chicken run. Chicken run. I don't know what that is, but I think it's chicken run. Okay. Let's see. I love my leaves. Uh, feed the soil and everything gets better. Gets better. But that's the whole key. You will not grow anything if your soil is all crappy. You will struggle and struggle and struggle and you'll listen to somebody come out with a new bottle or something and say, just use this in here. It's called root booster or root rocket or some crap like that. And you'll buy it, and all he did was found some stuff and mixed it up and said, since I've read all this information, I'm going to show you this stuff will work, and I'm going to sell it to you for $30 a bottle. It'll make your plants grow. Some of the stuff will make your plants grow too fast, or what I call too weird. And then Mother Nature said, "Wait a minute, this plant's not growing right. I'm gonna send my cleanup crew in to eat it." And they send the bugs in, and they start eating up the leaves because the plant's growing in a way that doesn't allow it to do what it should naturally do. So it's growing soft. It's real soft. Let's see. Morning gardening. Before I leave, I said I want the apple. Look at that apple tree. And I'm trying to tell you with wait a minute. Are you the one that left the message that said you know what that apple is? Let's see. Good. Said morning garden before I leave. You said I want apple tree a few videos ago. I said I'm trying to tell you whoso you join me. Oh, I see right here. He was telling me something. Yeah, he was telling me all along. Blah blah blah. He says he's being ignored. No, I'm not being ignored. It's not ignoring not ignoring anyone. It's just that it's all these names and informations up here, and I'm trying to get to everyone. So on that note, just try back later. I'm telling you, I'm one known for basically talking to people, and as soon as I see the information pop up there, I try to get to you. That's it. But yeah, you sent me the information. I went on that web page, and absolutely, there was the tree. Nice price. It's called the what was it called? Cosmic Crisp. I love that. I gotta have that tree. But here's what's going on with the tree. And I read some information a couple of days ago, and what they say is they're not letting that tree out of Washington until 10 years is up. They're not letting that tree out. They created the tree. They're going to make sure all their residents have it first. They're going to make sure all their farmers have it. You're not going to be getting the tree in New York and Baltimore and all these other places, Virginia and all that, and be growing these trees. And he puts a nice little note up there. All the information they put up there to protect themselves legally, which is that the tree is copyrighted. Now, all these other trees did not have copyrighted next to it, but that one did. They want to let you know we just created this product that we spent $10 million on. And if we catch you with it, if we catch you growing it, and you don't get authorization from us, we're going to do something nasty to you with our lawyers. And that's what they're letting you know right up front. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Just because we grow apples don't mean we solve. But this tree is not going to put out an apple tree anywhere like that until they get about 10 years out of it. And once they get 10 years out of it, then they'll say, okay, now let's sell the trees to all the other states. And they know they're going to have a big bang right there because everybody's going to want them. And so everybody's in DC that eBay channel or Amazon channel or a store will be able to get hold of those apples trees and they'll be able to sell them for arm and a leg. The price is not going to really go down. But see, now here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, somebody's going to know there's a market for those trees. It's been protected. Yes, that's absolutely. But here's what I think is going to happen. You tell me what your thoughts are on this. This is human nature. They're going to find out that some people want that tree. How bad do they want it? Because you can create a tree with just some cuttings. So you got a small amount of input. You just cut some trees and put them in pots, and before you know it, bada boom, bada bang, you got crunchy. I should go look at it, but it's a Washington tree. It was created there, so it's going to be a big deal. That's what they're saying. It's going to have Honey Crisp on the ropes. That's what they're saying. Of course, some of that could be marketing. Um, a lot of it could be marketing. But here's where I'm at, folks. I love the fact that they're putting it. They got this tree out there, and I want it. Um, and so once they get it and they start selling it, some people are going to sell it. They're going to change the name of it, and on the download they're going to say, "Oh, it's the same tree as the crispy crunch or whatever." It's going to taste the same tree, but we just give it a different name. It's like you could buy. Some people have the pink lady, but they call it simply pink or something, and it's still the pink lady. It's just the pink lady. And I have one of those pink ladies, and because I always wanted a pink lady, and I got one. I got one. I have one. If you know what you're doing, you can take cuttings and grow it. Um, you can have a whole. You can buy one tree and get 80 trees from that one tree if you know what you're doing, and you can get 1,000 from that. As it goes on, because all you need is cuttings. All you need is cuttings. Well, mm, yeah, because I mean I have three different kind of apples right now. And I could stay and say, oh, I'm happy with that, but I want that apple tree. Ah, I want that apple tree because that apple tree is new. It's one thing because it's new, and I want that apple tree. Just got to have the apple tree. And I have a website that a gentleman told me about, and it's there. I mean, he nailed it. I mean, when he called me up, well, he hit the thing up there, and he said, "Hey, I see that tree, or is that a website?" And I said, "Wait a minute, could it actually be that tree?" And it was that tree. It was that tree, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Wow, there it is." Now, there's another company that has it. Because they want $100 for the tree, but the tree that he told me about was like 35, $38, something like that. And I looked at that and said, "Oh my goodness!" I said, "That's pretty nice." And that's how you do it. I'm looking for it now because the website is. I saved it. I saved it. Let's see. Uh, Rain Tree Nursery. And let's see. Can we do this right here? And then, overweight lover in the house. The house. Overweight lover. That's it right there. That's it. That's it. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. But this is the website. Hello, hello. She says, hi, morning gardener. Hello, hi. The young lady. Let's see. So yeah, so my trees are out there in 25-degree temperatures and they're doing just great. I can't get no rest. I don't know how I work all day. When will I learn that memories get in the way? All right, good people, that's been the Morning Garden Show, and I'm going to get on out of here because right now I'm getting a little bit lightheaded because I haven't eaten since yesterday. And so I'm going to get me something to eat, and that way I can recharge the old system there and then get back to reality. But thank you all for stopping in, and I do appreciate you all. I'm going to get out of here to get some nourishment. Thank you very much. This has been the Morning Garden. Remember, keep on growing. Just keep on growing.